Hi Aries, welcome into a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I hope you're doing amazing and thank you so much for joining me for this reading. But as we proceed, as always, keep in mind it's meant to pertain to around the next 48 for you, the next 2 days or so, beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it. But right off the bat, I do feel I need to mention in the first of now the 3 attempts to get this reading accomplished for you, I did start to do a bit of a dance and was acting a bit weird. And so therefore I just stopped the reading. Not the only reason why, but I did hear the message of goofy vibes. Don't be surprised if this comes to be in one, if not multiple ways in the next 48. And I also did in the last attempt get the message of enjoying yourself more than you once were or were before. To begin from the Tattoo Tarot deck for an overall energy. Okay, we're gonna go with the Ace of Swords. I do feel as if this is a period of time where you might be gaining clarity, all right, in regards to how to live your life more efficiently in a healthier manner for some, how to succeed more. It may be tied into your past. Why did this come to an end? Why did this not work out in my favor? I'm hearing, how are they doing? I do feel like it's a time where you might find that a bit of a foggy vibe is being cleared out, right? The clouds are clearing and a sense of you having a glow about you in the next 48, especially when you're feeling goofy, when you're enjoying yourself, when you're vibing in that way in a very high vibrational sense, okay? High vibrational way. Spirit saying, if you do find due to your mindset, right, a thought that comes to be, your spirituality, energy affecting you, other outside factors, or where you're at currently is dipping your vibration, partially or fully, bring it on back up, all right? You know how to do that for you. For me, a lot of the time, I'll find that my vibration dips for a multitude of reasons, and then I am pushed to put in my headphones and shuffle my music or put on my favorite playlist currently, and that helps me get back to it, right? Do a little bit of dancing, excuse me. I'm hearing laugh at your slip-ups, and when you do so, it will add to what you're communicating all the meanwhile and will brighten your mood. But I feel like even the act of dancing, you need to create something, go for a walk, a run, a workout. This is going to help you get a release all the meanwhile and assist you on a multitude of levels and watch your vibration just be beaming once again. I just feel like there's also a focus on your good looks, your glow, your skin complexion, your physical figure, potentially trying to putting effort towards improving some or all of which. But I do feel like with the crown here, okay, your connection to nature is taking a highlight. There's an honor coming towards you, whether this is online, it could be in person, you name it. I do feel like someone who knows you will reach out in the next 48 in one way, shape, or form, and this is going to confuse you, okay? And I feel like you might even choose to delay that responding, but I do feel like it's of importance for you to respond eventually, so don't forget. But let's continue and pull from the Light Seers. Let's do some shuffling. Ooh, almost just bent that card. Kind of forcefully coming out the Knight of Cups. I do feel like there's a focus on you very passionately desiring a wish fulfillment. You might be gaining clarity in regards to how that wish fulfillment's meant to come to be. I'm also hearing your internal clock. When you feel things need to get done, when you feel you need to delay something, when you intuitively feel like something's gonna actually come to fruition, trust in that. Trust when you feel the need to reach out to somebody as well, if not multiple people in the next 48. I do feel as if some of which the feminine Aries drawn to the reading are thinking about their internal clock as far as having a baby, getting pregnant, so your lifespan in that sense. I'm hearing you'll have time to continue for Aries. A little bit all over the place at a certain point, if not multiple in the next 48, and then you just need to reground yourself, rebalance things out, and just feel more stable in that moment. You might, again, if I didn't say it already, oh, that was Sagittarius' reading. Step away from that situation if need be, because I feel you're feeling things in the next 48 quite efficiently. So you might just feel this heavy shift in energy where you're living, where you're working. Could be because you're speaking to that person. step away from that energy and watch things improve drastically. But the King of Wands, I'm not surprised, feeling bold, feeling passionate, in touch with your fiery side, but this intertwining quite nicely with that goofy way of being, once again, that funny nature within you. I'm hearing a bad joke, whether you tell this bad joke or someone else does, and it's just so bad that it's good. But I do feel like there's a focus as well on your courage to move on when the time is right, however that looks for you. Could be where you're living, another investment, your job. It could be a person. Could be a focus on more so you at times needing to have the courage to move on in the past and look how much better things improved for you. Sure, things weren't perfect. They're not meant to be, but things have improved. 551, look at that angel number meaning. But there's a decision to make, excuse me, for the future, okay, coming up in the upcoming weeks, months, you name it. And Spirit's saying, whether you realize it fully or at all in the next 2 days, you're being prepared to efficiently make this decision. And so don't be surprised, especially if there's a highlight on you needing to, for some more efficiently, more effectively, or just in general, trust your intuition. More so or in general, all right? Because I do feel like this is going to come in handy so powerfully for you when it comes to that decision, and obviously in a multitude of other ways. And then you can't go wrong. The Three of Pentacles, I do feel like you're being noticed in the next 48 for somebody who's glowing, once again, somebody who has that funny side, even though you may not show it often or at all. I do feel like you're being noticed for your smile, for somebody who's good at what they do for work. For some, I'm good at making money. That's what I'm getting for some. And I do feel like this gets you noticed all the meanwhile. Some of which are being reminded in the next 2 days, you're meant to be noticed and acknowledged for somebody who's meant to achieve a very luxurious lifestyle. All right, the bling, the glamour, if you will. I was just being shown a diamond ring on my finger. But the Moon card, because I do feel like there's a mystery about you all the meanwhile. Not putting all your cards on the table, not telling people everything or any of which that you're mulling over, thinking about, considering, and reflecting upon. So there's just a very easily, it's like you're easily connecting with one, if not multiple people in the next 48 and achieving when need be, when you choose to even. But I do sense that even when that's taking place, regardless of how that looks for you, you're very mysterious to yourself. But then I wouldn't be surprised if this is also talking about one, if not multiple emotions you might have to cope with behind closed doors. Okay, just cleanse your energy if you're empathic, because that may not be your emotion. But I do feel like there's also a situation that you're coping with or dealing with, mulling over, thinking about. It's not all black and white. And you may already know this. And I feel like that's connected to a person. The Six of Pentacles. I'm also hearing there's a lot more happening behind the scenes spiritually than you realize. And that could even pertain to, say, a job situation where there's conversations that you don't know that are happening for the better or for the worse. All right, so keep that in mind. And so the Six of Pentacles talking about how there's gifts of abundance in the next 48, money coming in. A chance to succeed more, to potentially have more income coming in. I do feel like there's an abundance in attention, once again, being noticed, being appreciated, praised for all of your glory is what I'm getting. Wow. But I do feel like there's a highlight on, to an extent, what you don't have, right? But Spirit's saying, with all of the flashbacks in the next 48, the successes, the reminders and pushes, especially to trust your intuition, we're preparing you for more. Even though you at times can't help but focus on a sense of lack within your situation, your life. But there's a focus on when you do it Aries way, when you march to the beat of your own drum, you succeed, all right? And you impress all the meanwhile. But I feel like you're being reminded, potentially even reminding yourself, it's like, I'm not meant to live a very restricting, tied down life, however that would look for you or has. And so I do sense that there's a focused thought on certain levels of freedom you deserve and will achieve moving forward. I'm hearing that this might come through in a dream for some. But you can't help but think about one of multiple connections in your life and how those benefit you, but also at times in certain other ways or one particular way weighs you down or leaves you feeling a bit restricted and or trapped. But yeah, I do feel like friendship as well is taking a highlight. Okay, tattoos might take a highlight, not one in particular, but I do feel like you're thinking about what you left behind, and you should celebrate that very temporarily to remind you of how far you've come, how better things are once again. And I do also think that some of which are thinking about friends or coworkers or both that you left behind in the past, or you might have to leave behind moving forward. Everything's purposeful. Keep that in mind. But it's the next 48 that's highlighting the fact that you are loved. If you look at that heart in the cup, as I struggle, but it's the next 2-day period where your cup is overflowing. It feels very successful once again. To remember to enjoy yourself wholeheartedly moving forward, regardless of what's at hand and what you don't have yet, because it just is making the world of a difference. And they're saying, I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. And you accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that this is a place of profound learning. Absolutely beautiful. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your next 48, and I'll definitely see you next time.